Hi and welcome back to Love English. Today's lesson all about grammar mistakes, but we are going to be looking at grammar mistakes that have become fossilized. No, it doesn't mean they look like this. It means that they are errors that you regularly make. They've become a habit, a bad habit at that. Often fossilized errors are mistakes that you make regularly because you have not been corrected. It might be because you haven't had access to an English teacher. It could be because you've been a little bit lazy and just haven't done enough self-correction. And then, of course, you may also make these mistakes because in your native language, in your mother tongue, the grammar rules might be slightly different and you transfer that over into learning English. So today we're going to look at some very common grammar mistakes, and I'm going to introduce a very special guest to Love English. Today I'm going to introduce my husband. That's right, my husband. Now, why would I introduce my husband looking at English grammar mistakes? Well, he's not English. He is in fact Italian. Lucky me, I get lots of good Italian food and fantastic red wine. But I do have to correct his English quite a lot. Right guys, so are you ready to meet my lovely Italian husband? 1, 2, 3, and here he is! Remember to look into the lens. There we go. Okay, thank you very much, honey, for joining us on Love English.
You're welcome.
How do you feel about being on the channel?
A bit shy.
A bit shy. Oh, he's shy. A shy Italian. Could you believe it? Now, you're here because you're a pretty good speaker of English.
Thank you.
What level would you say you're at?
It depends what my teacher thought about it.
Oh yeah, and who was your teacher?
My wife.
That's me! That's correct. We met how many years ago?
8, 7.
He knows because we just filmed it already, so now he knows. We met 8 years ago when Francesco was sent to the UK by his work to study English. So how long did you study English in the UK for?
For 3 months.
No, it was 2, honey. His English is good, his memory is not. So, Francesco has been speaking English for a long time. He also uses it regularly in his work and at home, obviously, because you have an English wife.
That doesn't speak any Italian.
I speak a little bit. Poco. Don't complain. So, basically, Francesco's an excellent speaker of English, and as well, your writing is pretty good. You have to write in English for work, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Do you find it difficult?
No, anymore.
No?
Yeah, in the past a little bit.
Practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. But, honey, you have a few fossilized errors. A few. Okay? So these are errors, as I was saying, he's getting shy now, that you regularly make, that you make as a habit because you don't correct yourself. Even though I correct you.
Do you?
I do, regularly. All right, here they are. I'm going to go through some errors with you, okay? I've got my notebook with your errors. So I'm going to tell you what they are, and I want you to try and correct them.
Okay.
Okay, so very often you will say something like, I got off the car. What's the problem with that?
I get out again.
You get out of the car, absolutely. You get off the bus or off the plane, but you get out of the car. Or another one that you make is you say, I participate to, or I take part to a game. What's the problem?
You take part in.
You take part in, you participate in.
See, I'm not that bad.
One of the biggest errors that you could possibly make, guys, is with prepositions. There are lots of prepositions. Do you like prepositions?
No, I hate them.
You hate them because there's lots of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're gonna have to try and practice that one and make sure that you don't make any of these errors anymore. Okay, honey. Another error that you make is with for and since. Do you know why? What might that be?
Sometimes I confuse the both of them.
Okay. So for is for
period,
and since
for a point in time.
Perfect. For example, the error that you might make is, I have known you since 8 years.
No. For 8 years.
For 8 years. Or since
2012?
Right, error number 3 that you commonly make, and I can understand why you make this error. I think this is a particularly complex grammar point because there's no specific rules, you just have to learn the patterns. Gerund and infinitive. Okay, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you an example of an error that you make. So I finished to do my homework. I finished to do my homework. I finished to do the hoovering. What's the problem?
That I should use a gerund instead of...
Yeah, so I finished...
doing.
Yay! Okay, now gerund and infinitive, you just have to learn them. You have to practice them and remember the structures. So it's pretty confusing, isn't it? Right, number 4, and this error is one that just drives me crazy. I correct you, I tell you you've made this mistake, you say it, you write it, but still you get it wrong. The people is busy.
No, I know, people are busy.
But why did you make the mistake?
Because my teacher is not good enough.
No, I'm good. This is a fossilized error. So I think what we'll do is next time you say this, we'll beat you with a stick or something.
Okay.
Yeah? I could pull your hair so that you get like Pavlov's dog. You'll have the reaction and you'll correct yourself with this error. Right, number 5. And again, a little bit like gerund and infinitive, I can understand why this gets confusing. Particularly as you speak Italian, and in your language, this is very different to how it is in English. Countable and uncountable nouns. Annoying?
Yes, a little bit.
A little bit. So how does my hair look today? Are my hairs beautiful? Are they beautiful?
Yes, it is.
Which hair in particular is beautiful? You know.
The problem is that in Italian they are countable.
Exactly. So in Italian you would say your hairs are beautiful. Yeah, all of them.
I miei capelli.
There we go.
Yeah.
Again.
I miei capelli.
There we go. Italian viewers. See, he's really Italian. So countable and uncountable nouns. The problem is there are lots of uncountable nouns in English that are countable in your language. Hair is just one example. Advice, news, information. Ooh, give me another one. Can you think of one? Those are the top ones. Furniture. Furniture is uncountable in English. You can't have a furniture. Did you know that?
No.
In Italian?
You can count.
You can count, okay. So, really confusing. Sorry, guys. Right, now, in English, we do not have masculine and feminine. The table is not a boy or a girl, but in Italian?
Yes, it is.
How do you say table?
Tavolo.
Why is not tavola?
Because tavola is another thing.
What is tavola?
You can have like a big piece of wood square is a tavola.
But so a table is masculine, but a big
Yeah.
piece of wood square, which is essentially a table, is feminine.
Yes.
I think your language is more confusing than mine. So I've noticed that sometimes this confuses you and you will refer to certain objects as being masculine and feminine. So for example...
If you are talking about my motorbike, she is feminine. She's my lady.
How do you say motorbike in Italian?
Moto.
Moto. That's masculine.
Yeah, but everyone gives a female name.
Okay, but that's not a grammar point. You're not helping. Okay, a ship.
Yeah.
Is it masculine or feminine?
Feminine.
Okay, actually that's a bad example because we use feminine. We do say all that's sailing her. Okay, bad example. What's another example?
Macchina.
Macchina. Macchina is feminine. So you would would you refer to her in Italian as a she?
Yeah.
Like not as in she's my baby, like you're being nice to your car or your motorbike, but you would actually say she.
Yeah.
Where is she? Could
Yeah.
you do that?
Dov'è la mia macchina? Dov'è lei?
Dov'è lei? Weird. And you've done that before in English. You've referred to certain things as being masculine or feminine, so saying she or he. Also in your writing, and it's a bit crazy.
We don't have a neutral subject.
Well, we do in English, guys, so this is another mistake that you could make. It could become a fossilized error like his are. Right, guys, the final error. I've noticed that you actually make this error more commonly in your writing, and I don't know why. The. In fact, articles, but mostly with the. You seem to leave out the definite article a lot of the time when you write. So, for example, sometimes you write UK instead of the UK.
Mm.
So in Italian, you have articles, don't you?
Yes.
Are the rules slightly different in Italian?
Yes.
A little bit. So this could be why. Now, in some of your languages, you don't even have articles. So I think Russian and Korean are examples where they don't have articles, but in English we do. And again, even if you do have articles, like in Italian, the rules could be slightly different. If you do want to revise how to use articles in English, there's a lesson, it should be just there above your head. Yeah, have a look, it's there. You can click that link and go through and watch some examples and the rules of how to learn articles. But that's it, honey. That's it. 7 errors, fossilized errors that you, advanced speakers, intermediate speakers, any kind of speaker could make. Are you going to practice?
I will.
We say practice makes perfect, but in this case, practice makes permanent. We want to be getting these things right all the time and stop having these fossilized errors. Otherwise, you're going to look like this. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for meeting my lovely husband. He's very good. And I hope you guys can comment below and let me know what are some common errors that you make. And we'll see if we can try practicing and correcting them down in the comments box below. Thanks for watching. Say bye.
Bye. People are happy.
Okay, we need a bloopers after this. You have an allergy to grammar. Okay, ready? No, stop sneezing! Finished? You need a tissue now? You got sloppy hands? Just wipe them. Right. Ready?